did it, but I need an explanation. Guess I can't get over the day we met. I gotta see you again. Every detail is getting replayed into my imagination. From the clothes you wear to the way you smell. Yeah, yeah. I'm meant to picture, don't forget it. What's going on with me? Oh, I don't get it. 'Cause since you say hello, you feel my spirit. Never felt this before, I admit it. Oh, less than a second.
Welcome to Fifth Planet Keyforge's review of the Keyforge Premier League. This is Jupiter Sakadura coming at you from Manlius, New York, and I hope that you guys are excited for this. But we are about to bring you a awesome game that was played between Dunkoro and Gorebelly. This is a week 2 event. It was recorded this morning when I'm doing this. It was recorded this morning by Muffins, and I haven't really got to see it. So we're gonna do like a live walk, like follow along, and basically see what happens. But I do got some things for you guys to take a peek at while we discuss this, and that is we have the Team SAS player, Dunkoro, playing a deck called Old Muzzle, the Chancellor Servant. And as you can see here, this is just like a really nice value deck with double speed sigil and basically just gaining a whole bunch of extra resources off of the speed sigil play. This is like one of the more efficient decks in the world, I think. It does lots of really good things with the double Drumble, the double Schuler, like this. You have the Snudge, the Tentacus, which does a lot of taxing, like all the goodies, and then it has a really solid Untamed suite as well with Nepenthe Seed and stuff for values with the Flaxias and the the full moons and the mimicry and stuff. So this deck has a lot of play to it, and for adaptive, it's pretty cool because it's not as simple as it looks, but it has a lot of explosive value because of the speed sigils and stuff. The question is does speed sigil hold up well against the mass mutation set and some of the Worlds Collide that have come out since that have a lot of play effects that come into play, and like reap effects and stuff that basically come online right away. So it'll be interesting to see in this, as I have not peeked forward too much on this. And so lastly, not from Team SAS, this is Gorebelly's deck. This is Sir Oxwing, the Mesmerizing Artisan. In his deck, you can see that he is playing Mass Mutations, which will be interesting because we get to see how it does against the Double Speed Sigil and see how if Speed Sigil actually becomes a factor in these games. And he's playing Auto Encoder, which is one of the best cards in Mass Mutations, in my opinion, right up there with playing the scale, but he does not have the scale in this deck, thank God. But he does have 3 Infernuses, a Maleficorn, which has been a surprisingly better card than I expected initially. And then you see over in Sanctum he has like some really interesting bursty potential plays with the cleansing waves that will like suit the Maleficorn pretty well. So we'll just see where this all goes, and we'll see what happens. He does have the key cheat with the redacted and a cyber clone as well, so double dynamo, not too shabby either with encoder. So there's a lot of potential game manipulation here, and we will see exactly what happens with that. And with that said, let's get into the game, and we will hit play. And let's watch as the game progresses. So opening hands looks pretty, on Dunkoro's side it looks pretty, I don't know if that's a keepable hand, but it does have the ghostly hand, the Relentless Whispers, has a Tentacus, Regrowth, Prana Monkeys, and a Bear. I don't know if that's the exact starting hand he would be looking for, but interesting enough, and he is playing second. So on the other side we have double Infernus, Bramble, Maleficorn, Munchling, and a Novu, and he did start the game with a Redacted, so he instantly is putting pressure on to making a key, and the game is moving quickly. Dunkoro drops his 2 creatures and he basically goes to town. So here comes the Bramble now, and the Infernus basically purging out. He's already purged out the Regrowth, so there's that. but they're both at 0 and they're moving pretty fast. Dunkoro is known for playing fast. He knows what he wants to do and he usually just gets to it. So it's an interesting interesting amount of speed that Dunkoro plays with. His games usually don't last too long. Alright, so then here comes the Novu Dynamo and the auto encoder. So we have part of what this deck combo trying to do is, and he does have 2 more Logos cards in his hand, so he chooses to play the Munchling. Will he play the Forge Compiler? He does. So he's taking a gamble on that he will draw into more Logos, which is probably a pretty decent choice, pretty decent chance with drawing 5 cards. So for next turn, you see that he is set up, both ready to go. By flooding the board the way he is limiting Dunkoro's Flaxia by a lot. So we'll see what happens there. And by not having any Amber, he's really putting the Ghostly Hand kind of behind the pace a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see where Dunkoro goes with this turn. He opts to stay off of the shadows and go into the Untamed Suite and just start to add a little bit of mana to his pool. Plays the Flaxia knowing that he's probably not going to catch up on board at this point. There's the 1 Amber that is pretty valuable to the Ghostly Hand play, but he's quickly gone up to 3, so the chance of maximizing value off that Ghostly Hand is gone. I mean, he could probably kill 2 creatures using Relentless Assault, but not anymore. Relentless Whispers is now out of play too, so holding on to those Shadows cards looks like they haven't. They're not going to have as much fruit as that it would have been hopeful, but still has Denial there, so that's pretty good. Very awkward hand that Dunkoro is playing with here. Like, his deck usually comes out a lot faster than that, but you see the Redacted is up to 2 already, so that's already threatening to make a key just by choosing to play Logos. And he still has the Novu Dynamo in hand, so like he's still getting the value off of the auto encoder there by archiving cards and playing away from Logos. So we see more Infernus action. Infernus is doing their work here. Power of the Infernus. Full display here. Okay, so he gives up his Bramble to get rid of the bear. He continues to reap and put pressure on. So he's being aggressive here. He's not only is he controlling the board state, but he's also like putting pressure on Dunkoro by adding a lot of Amber to his pool. So auto encoder doing work with 9 cards in archive as Gorebelly continues to put this pressure onto Dunkoro. Dunkoro does not really have any good answers in hand either. It looks like this game is going downhill pretty fast for him, but oh, he did hit a Keyhammer. Interesting. Will there be value on the Keyhammer? We will see. Look at that archive. Archive is loaded, folks. There comes the archive. Supersized. Novu Dynamo with the auto encoder has been doing work here. There's a Snudge. So we're gonna see another Infernus yet again to rip more cards out of the discard pile. And then we have the Infernus now with the Snudge. If he leaves the Infernus on the end, he can use the Infernus over and over again to just keep whittling cards out of Dunkoro's deck. So that's pretty suave if he chooses to do it that way. Very exciting. Oh, there comes a waking nightmare, or waking nightmare, sorry. That is gonna make keys cost 11 for Dunkaro next turn. And then the Mark of Jesus to keep him in Untamed, which is not great, but not good. But like, he does have 4 Untamed cards in his archive, so I don't know how well that play is gonna really work out here. But he is back up to 6 amber and threatening another key, so that's pretty huge. And he's denying Dunkaro all kinds of amber as well. He's done a good job of capturing and taking away all the amber. So here comes the somewhat big turn. The monkeys come into play, do some damage across the board, which might play into the cleansing wave, right? That Gorebelly has 2 of in his deck, 1 in hand it looks like. So that could have been a crucial mistake as far as what's about to happen. There's that cleansing wave. He just shoots right back up. Oh no, he got the cleansing wave. Yeah, he shot up 5 amber from that cleansing wave. Plus he just is gonna play value now with all his capture and plays. Ardent Hero with shoulder armor, pretty dangerous, pretty hard to get rid of. The Gorm of Orm, in case there is an artifact that he wants to get rid of, and he reloads with more Sanctum in hand and another cleansing wave. So his burst here is insane. He's about to put in some work. Dunkaro does have both speed sigils now, so if the Gorm does rip one, he will be able to play it again and still get the value out of it. And here comes my baby boy Heartland. Say hi, good morning. So, for all you people who need a fix of the Harlan love, here's the Harlan love. Say hi, Harlan. There's my baby. Decided to jump in and give us some presents. So as the game continues, this game looks like it's getting out of hand pretty quick for Dunkaro. I don't see this game ending well for him. I don't know how he comes back from this, honestly. But I never count Dunkaro out, but this is one of those times where I think that this game is pretty lopsided. It's going to be hard for him to recover, even with all the neat tricks that he does have. So the Gorebelly forges his 3rd key, but only for 2. As it was ripped away from him earlier. Alright, discard pile is getting thinner. There's another Infernus. Purges the key hammer and the life web, so even less amber control now for Dunkaro. There's no way that this game is going to last much longer, I don't think, especially with the hand that Ed has up there. Hello. What are you doing? So this music list that I have now is off of Spotify, and it's gaming music that is royalty free. So now we'll actually have background music in all my streams, so that way it doesn't get as boring when I'm thinking or playing games. I was very happy to find it. It was basically shown to me by Cam, who is a streamer that I watch. He's the host of the Keyforge Coffee Break. I try to make it every day. So there you go. Yeah, Dunkoro, he finally tapped out there, like game 1 to Gorebelly, which is a little bit of an upset, I would think, but maybe not. That's why we're playing this worldwide tournament, because we really want to know who the best person is on the best day, right? And here we go. So we are getting straight into game 2 here. Dunkoro will now be piloting Gorebelly's deck, and Gorebelly will be piloting Dunkoro's deck, which I think in this case is Dunkoro's deck really played awkward, and I don't believe that it really showed its power. So for Gorebelly, this could be an opportunity for him to 2-0, but at the same time, like, maybe his deck is just better because of the mass mutations versus the speed sigils, right? Like, but we'll find out. What's up? Would you like a phone? Is this what you want? Are you eyeballing me? This is what Harlan really wants. He wants the phone. Go play. Yes, goodbye, Harlan. So, with that said, you guys don't need to see my ugly mug, so we'll be wrong point. Definitely put that out there. All right. So we go into game 2 here, and we start off with an Nepenthe Seed on one side of the board for Gorebelly, and a decent starting hand, but nothing too crazy. He kind of looks a lot like what Dunkoro's was earlier, except that he's in decent versus being in Untamed, heavy and Untamed. And then Dunkoro has like the fat, like, Logos opening turn. So we'll see what happens. Logica did some work. He chooses not to play the Redacted, I guess, to make sure that he has value for the Novu Dynamo. Because the Gorm of Orm is definitely makes the Dynamo less, or the Redacted less good. So, yep, so there he goes. He discards the Redacted to the Dynamo to make sure that he keeps the Dynamo alive, and he continues to push as he gets to play a bunch of Sanctum cards. So those Cleansing Waves are interesting because they're going to take 2 away and swing 2 back his way from the damage if he chooses to play them. But their value is not necessarily, like, great here, right? Now he has a shoulder armor on his Bramble. Interesting. Definitely maximized his little Amber Burst there with those Cleansing Waves. Oh, and I know you get hit with the Hysteria. Crazy. Novu Dynamo is not as good without the auto encoder, and now he commits like a bunch of creatures to the board, a Drumble being one, two Drumbles, a Terror, and a Schuler. Here comes the Brabble again to cause grief. It's a pretty strong Brabble with a capture on it. Like, now you have to, like, fight something to capture it back so he can steal it back. That's crazy. It's quite a strong card at that point. Here comes the first of 3 Infernuses to start to get some purge quality out of it. Mass Mutations is doing its work. Well, there's the full moon. Get some value out of this, which the eye brings back Nepenthe Seed. Nepenthe Seed back to the board. Why not? Nepenthe Seed is very easily one of the best cards in the game as far as, like, the amount of value you get off of it. Now you see the Novu Dynamo coming back down into play. He has 2 of them now, so now he'll be looking to really draw into that auto encoder if to be lucky. But Might be a little bit too late for the autoencoder. Still not hitting the autoencoder, but he did draw into logos cards, so he does have the option to keep them on the board. And now that he has the Forge Compiler go off, all his creatures are now protected as well. But now the question is can he actually race against this this board state that is coming up with the Gorebelly pushing Amber and trying to stay ahead versus Dunkoro trying to catch up. Right now it looks pretty tight. Like it could go either way. So here we go into a D's turn, in which he is able to get an Ardent Hero out of Dunkoro's hand, which is pretty good pull. But it would have been better if I think he had hit a Logos card, but we'll see what happens. And again, Gorebelly again opts to put more pressure on Dunkoro by adding Amber to the pool and being aggressive. So I can't say that I don't think that is the right play. That is exactly how you put pressure on a state where you're going to be losing the board state, so you have to get to 6 every turn and make them deal with you. That's how you get them to play in your ball court versus doing things that they want to. You don't want to give Dunkoro here a chance. Like, you don't want to give him a turn off. So Dunkoro does get his first key after he pays for both of the servos, the dynamos, to stay on board. Here comes the Maleficorn, doing work on the Murmuk, trying to get the Murmuk off the table so that he doesn't have to pay as much, but he doesn't want to kill it yet because actually he doesn't matter if he doesn't kill it. He can kill it if he wants to. It's not the Mustic Murmuk that affects both players. It's the this one only affects Dunkoro. So Dunkoro's keys are at 7, and the Murmuk can die because it's not going to change much. But he did take enough Amber from Gorebelly to kind of sway the game back to an even point. But Gorebelly has a chance to answer that. He does have Mimicry in hand and a Life Web, which are both pretty decent cards. Let's see. I can't scroll up, but I wasn't paying too much attention to how much he actually paid. But I don't think he actually played 3 cards yet. So, but we see that he's going to make a move here on Nocturnal Maneuvers. I'm guessing he's going to use it on the D's house. Or he's going to use it to tap down maybe like the Quixel, the Snudge, and it doesn't matter, maybe a Noble. Where is he going? Snudge, Quixel, and he takes the Maleficorn, which is fine. Oh, he draws back into the Murmuk. Oh, he brought it back with the Regrowth, it looks like. So he's basically taxing, trying to get some more separation here. He did burst to 11 that turn. Pretty huge swing. See how Dunkoro kicks back on this one. Doesn't have too much in hand to deal with it. Like, he has to dump his... He definitely has to dump his Sanctum, but there's really not a lot that's going to stop Gorebelly from getting his second key here, as the board state gets ginormous again. I think Gorebelly is starting to find a position here to win. Like, if he's going to get the second key here, he still has a key hammer, like for slowing, basically getting a turn back from Dunk, so that's big. And he's already at 5 Amber on the Forge, so like he has a good chance to just really put this game away if he can add a little bit of momentum to this fight. That Piranha Monkey just seems like a risk with the cleansing waves. but I'm guessing he's assuming that there isn't a cleansing wave because he just dumped a bunch of Sanctum. So turn that down a little bit, Boo Boo, please. So here is here's a turn that I don't think is going to stop this game state. Waking Nightmare is going to give him +2, 8, 9. Infernusing. What kind of value will you get off the Infernus? Yeah, you get some down to 10. Boo Boo, go get. Sorry, kid dramas. So we looking, and this game is looking like it's going to go to Gorebelly and a 2-0 run over Dunkoro. Yep, game over. That was it, folks. So Gorebelly taking this set in the second week of the league, 2-0 from Dunkoro, a world favorite, in somewhat of a upset. So good game, well played, and this will be a rematch that I would like to see down the road. So let's see what happens here. But thanks for tuning in, and hopefully that was exciting. And we will see you soon here at the Keyforge Premier League.